Hey, all you minties, this is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and join me as I give you an advanced look at this She-Hulk by Dan Slott Omnibus from Marvel Comics, so please stay tuned. And welcome back, everybody. Now, before I get started, a huge thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us an advanced copy of this omnibus. This omnibus is due out in the direct market on October 28th. And the direct market, as always, is places like cheapgraphicnovels.com, InStockTrades.com, Tales of Wonder, and your local comic book shop. But here it is. She-Hulk by Dan Slott only has one cover, so you don't have to search out a direct market cover. But here it is. Once again, the spine right there. And the back. I believe that's a Greg Horn image, and the cover is Mike Mayhew? No, that's Adi Granov. Now let's look at it under the dust jacket, and that is the Mike Mayhew image. Nothing on the spine, and nothing on the back, just that pure green goodness. Let's crack this open. And here we are with the complete Dan Slott She-Hulk Omnibus. We have a different shade of green in here for the bookend pages. And Dan Slott. We already had a John Byrne Omnibus earlier this year. Table of contents, Dan Slott, Ty Templeton did co-write some of the stuff, and all the amazing artists that helped put this book together. Here is your cover by Adi Granov. Like I said, he supplied the covers for the very first run of She-Hulk, or I guess what would be volume... No, this is volume 1, because it's just called She-Hulk, not Sensational or Savage She-Hulk. And the artist that kicks this off is Juan Bobillo. Now, Juan Bobillo is an artist that some people love, some people hate. I find myself loving everything he does. He almost has this quirky, independent style mixed with like a manga style. The only thing that I remember him drawing that I was not a fan of was The Thing from the Fantastic Four. But other than that, I was really happy. I loved his Jennifer Walters. I love his She-Hulk. And the villains, they all have this goofy look to them, which fits the book because the book is very funny. It's very comical. Let me see if I can find the thing really quick. But he is joined by Scott Collins, Paul Pelletier, Rick Burchett, and Paul Smith. I think even Will Conrad is in here too. Because issue 100, I know it gets a little confusing with the numbering system, has a cast of different artists that help draw that book. But this book contains She-Hulk 1 through 12. Now, that was the 2004 series, and it did so well that they went ahead and gave it another run in 2005. And that lasted 21 issues, so all 21 issues of that is in here. This is Paul Pelletier. And then there's also the Western Two-Gun Kid one-shot. Okay, maybe it's just one picture of the Thing that I was remembering, but this is Juan Bobillo's Thing. That sounds kind of weird. But you all know what I mean. The New Warriors! Oh, sorry, I had to stop on this page of Night Thrasher, Namorita, I guess. Say it that way. Turbo, and Speedball. The glory days. So, if you keep track of the Marvel Universe, 2004, 2005, and when the series ended, this takes place during Jeff Johns' run of Avengers, and then New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis. So there are things that happen in here that are affected by Avengers Disassembled. Because during the beginning, she is a member of the Avengers. Like I said, during the Jeff Johns era of the Avengers. And then when Bendis took over, things happen in the Avengers, and she's no longer a member. So I think for the most part, though, Dan Slott does a really good job, even if you've read nothing else, to make you feel like you're reading a flagship title. Because so many important events happen in here. And I don't want to give spoilers away, but there's some really awesome things. This book is filled with just really great supporting characters, too. You have Pug, Ditto, Andy, the awesome android. Oh, I love that guy. Man, just Southpaw. Forgot about her, who was like a villain that she has to take under her wings. This amazing story right here, drawn by Paul Pelletier, who went on to draw Hulk, and has drawn just about every character at Marvel and DC, and has a very Alan Davis look to his artwork. For some reason, the guy never really blew up. He's an amazing artist. But this story right here with Titania, just heartbreaking. And so solid. By now, it's Greg Horn doing the covers. And yes, you have the amazing Scott Collins and then the legendary Paul Smith coming in for an arc. There are events in here from Civil War, like where Tony takes her and makes it like she can't change into Jennifer Walters. She has to stay as She-Hulk. So if you're not familiar with the character of She-Hulk, just really quick, Jennifer Walters is the cousin of Bruce Banner. And in her first appearance, she needs a blood transfusion. And the only person around that can give her one is her cousin Bruce Banner, who everybody knows as the Hulk. And of course, that has ramifications on her. Here's the issue, actually, where it kind of retells what happens, where she goes from the Savage Hulk. This must be right around the 100th issue, all the way up until Sensational Hulk, and then She-Hulk here. But, I mean, that's pretty much all you need to know, and that she's a lawyer, right? Actually, the very first issue, he does an amazing job of reintroducing you to the character of Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk, and the issues that comes with having a split personality like that. And then just the kind of trials that she has, because from the first issue, this isn't much of a spoiler, she loses her job. And she needs to find a new job. Somebody comes in, and it's got a lot of mystical things behind it who comes in and helps her. There's a lot of twists and turns in here. And like I said, the supporting cast is freaking top-notch. It's so diverse. It's crazy. The Thinker... anyway, I will let you find out for yourself who comes in here. There's a heartbreaking story with Hawkeye. There's a story with Star Fox that forever changes the character in a lot of people's eyes. And to best sum up this run, it is so fun. It's adventurous, thought-provoking, set full of like heartbreaking moments, and just funny. And honestly, like, I never thought I would say that about a run about She-Hulk. Like, to take itself seriously. I know this is not a review, and I'm really trying here, but I can't help it because this run was a lot of fun. I've had the trade paperbacks, I upgraded those to the complete collections, and this omnibus comes out, and it's all in one. Everything is in here by Dan Slott. And you all know, I love my New Warriors, so when they make an appearance after Civil War, not going to spoil that story. When the remaining members of the New Warriors come in to pay their due respects to their fallen comrades, man, what a moment. Oh, John Jameson, right? From right here, the Man Wolf. So there's all these ridiculous covers, but the inside, the stories in here are just memorable. The Living Tribunal, who has a big role to play. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of memorable things that happen in here, and I can't believe that this is not a flagship title. Like, it makes it, the way that Dan Slott wrote these stories, make it seem like you're reading the Avengers book for Marvel. That, to me, this is a must-have if you're a fan of She-Hulk, if you're a fan of Hulk, if you're a fan of just a good story that you don't really need to... Okay, wait a minute, I forgot about this. She does the fastball special with Wolverine and starts flirting with him about being the best he is at what he does and talks about how tight his butt is. Anyway, it's ridiculousness like that that make this book, for me, really memorable. My wife absolutely loves these stories. Actually, I think she liked them more than I did. So, there's that. Now, let's get to the back here. This book has 828 pages. We're going to look at the extras now. There is the pitch right here for the book, for the first title. Here's the Juan Bobillo sketch. Another She-Hulk sketch by Juan Bobillo. This is Southpaw, the character that ended up becoming Southpaw. And Paul Smith, Paul Pelletier sketches. Another Paul Smith. The leader story, which is a pretty awesome storyline. These are the cover sketches for what ended up being the cover. This is the Mike Mayhew page from She-Hulk number 3, the second series. It's pretty awesome. And then, what is this? The Daily Bugle front page art from She-Hulk number 1. I don't remember that. What I do remember, though, is they have a trial here in issue 100, right here. So it's celebrating its 100th issue. This is what I wanted to talk about, but it's actually She-Hulk number 3. You're not missing anything. It's just they went back to the legacy number for just one issue. But there is a trial that takes place here, and it's a trial through different multiverses. There's, like, just making fun of the Crisis on Infinite Earths. But this is one of my favorite things, is that the judges are... Well, they have the likeness of the old editor at Marvel, Mark Grunwald. He was the gentleman that had a run on Captain America, did the phenomenal Squadron Supreme. And I always love when he's thrown in comics, because people really thought highly of him. Now let's look at this binding. It is sewn binding, and there's the eye for this particular book. I've done the proper opening of it. Well, we're at the beginning right now. We're about 3-4 pages in, and this is what it looks like. I was trying to find a splash page, but Juan Bobillo doesn't really do splash pages in the first couple of issues. Let's look in the back, though. Not really all the way in the back because I can't show that, but here is one about 3 or 4 issues before the run is over. And there's very minimal gutter loss right there, but there's not really a lot of splash pages. When you get to the middle, it's good. It's fine. There's no gutter loss really because of that sewn binding. But that, as they say, is that. And when this book comes out, check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the page count, the build, and the content of this omnibus. Let me know in the comments down below if you're picking it up. If you already have the She-Hulk by John Byrne omnibus, and you want to check out what Dan Slott's She-Hulk is like, if you're upgrading from the trade paperbacks or the complete collections or the single issues and you've read this before and you want to own it in this nice format, leave all those comments down below. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. We can be found on Redbubble and on Patreon. Those are great ways to support the channel if you can do so, and thank you to our existing patrons. More importantly, please everybody stay healthy, stay safe out there, and much love to all of you.